First of all, Mazel, thank you for everyone for coming and participating, or at least supporting those who did participate. I don't know how to follow Shlomo because he's way smarter than I am. I went through two storm of Mishnayos, Siyim and Kashim. Both are very, very difficult because we don't relate to most of it, right? Kashim, maybe you have chulin. You can kind of get around, you kind of understand a little bit with kashis. And Siyim, you get barachos, right? You say barachos every day. We get it, but the rest of them, kilayim and demai, terms we've never used even almost in any term. So, as I was going through it, I'm also going through a few different other parushim on the Torah and things like that. So I kind of saw some connections. I just wanted to put them together quickly. That Siyim really is the halachic representation of Gashmias in this world. It's how we connect to this world, right? We have to be able to eat. We have to be able to do other things, brachos and things like that. Whereas Kashim is we take those aspects of the world, of the Gashmias, and we turn it into the Ruchnias. We have Zvachim, we have Menachos, we have Chulin even. Things that we take from the lowest of the low and bring them up to the highest of the high. But what's in the grander scheme of things, what is the connection between the two of them really? Besides for the obvious that it's food, it's stuff that we use every day, the real connection is us. We have to take those aspects and bring them to their final purpose. Rav Hirsch talks about in his parish on Sefer Bereshis. He talks about the word ochel, eating, right? The essence of food, the essence of stuff that grows from the ground, the destruction of it, only the destruction when you eat it, when you have to winnow and all that stuff, it only helps us to do our final purpose, right? To do our avodas hakodesh. It helps us power us. It's our gas. It's our fuel to daven, to learn, to do all that stuff. Even more so, the Sforno says in Parsha Shmini that even the stuff that we eat is so important. Is so important that if we eat the wrong things, we take on the characteristics of it. Sforno brings Rebbe Wine on this particular aspect, talks about pork. It turns us into boars, right? Like you become kind of boorish, traphus, just all that type of stuff. It affects our characteristics. It's so important what we do. That's why the word kosher means fit. It's fit for us to eat. It's not going to affect us in the. It's going to affect us properly. We don't want it to affect us, negatively. Rav Hirsch goes on to explain a little further in the parsha that the word B'Tselem Elokim, or the concept of B'Tselem Elokim, is that we are by proxy the representation, the deputies of Kadosh Baruch Hu on this earth, and because of that, we have to be able to have bias over the earth. We have to be able to make sure the animals are doing their purpose and the earth is doing its purpose, whatever it's growing. That's why you can't mix things. You can't put a donkey and an ox next to each other when they're pulling a wagon. We have to be the deputies. We have to make sure that whatever's going on up here, in Shemayim is going on down here too. That we're keeping everything beseder. The reason why is because just as Hashem brings us up and makes us, deputize us and make sure that we're doing what we need to do, we're doing the same thing with the world. We bring karbanos. We're taking those animals and bringing them up a level in kedusha so that they're fulfilling their purpose. Or the ones that go for chulin, that they're helping someone, they're kosher and whatever, and they're able to help someone learn an extra Mishnah, learn an extra Black Gemara, whatever else it is. we're taking the control over it and making sure that someone's writing a shot over it. It's our job. It's our job as Jews, as people of the community, whatever it is to take those things that we're already doing and making it to the next level, bring it to the next level. You know, I keep looking over at Ami, Rabbi Zeiger, I'm sorry. I see what he does with the kids. He brings in tools and wood, and they're building shtenders. He brings them to the beach, and he shows them just the flows of Hashem. Even whatever beach he went to, I think it was probably by the dunes. I'm assuming.
Kosher Beach.
Kosher Beach, right? They're wearing jackets.
Ashkelon.
I see Rabbi Neville and Rabbi Neville, and they're leading the Torah Center in a way where, regardless of someone's personal situation, whether they're, religious, not religious, doesn't make a difference, right? That they're doing whatever they can to increase the Judaism in their house, which is an incredible thing to watch, and everyone else too. Everyone else has that koach in us because we are B'Tselem Elokim, because we are the deputies of God. We are God by not saying anything fear that, but we are by proxy, God's representatives of God on earth. We have to take whatever we can to bring it up. We have to take whatever we can to increase the Kedusha, do it in a way where it's not a Chil Hashem, where it's not, it doesn't degrade God's name, only to bring it up. Just to wrap it up, this is also kind of a joint thing with Shloshim of couple's father. I went to couple's house several times over the Shiva just to kind of gain a concept of who his father was. I wasn't so going to meet him, and that's considerably what he was. He might not have been the most religious man, but he died. He might not have been the most religious man, but he did Bikur Cholim. He took whatever his koach that he had and brought it up to a level where it lifted everyone else up around him. And the Lindas, throughout all the stories and things I've heard, about that couple's father, we should all be zocheh to have such zchuyos, because we can all use a little more. Anyway, thank you, and mazel tov again, and enjoy.